start recording before I forget. So I think I'll also record on the Teams in case. I don't know.
Yes. So I noticed the YouTube is not as clear.
The YouTube is not as clear.
I'm not really seeing.
No. You have to. Okay, so let me show you something. Where is my link? It's not as clear because it's a 1080p display, and you need to adjust it to that. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Let me see if I can open the link. Copy. Where am I? Okay, good. So I'll paste the same link I sent to you. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, now I started recording. So, can you see it on my own end?
No.
See
but I can just.
Sorry?
Okay.
You can see it on my own end.
Yes, I can.
The reason is because sorry, let me see. Escape. And so you have to go to settings and you have to take it to 1080p, the quality. So if I put it on most likely 330, can you see? 360 pixel. Attachment had 3. You can see it's not clear. If I put it at 720, it will be a little bit clearer, but it's still blur.
Yes.
Now if I put it at 1080p, can you then see?
Oh, does this apply to the video too, right?
The video is a 1080p display. This is my video I pasted somewhere. It's a 1080p display. So hold on. So let me go to this and go to. Okay, so the pattern is there already. Okay, now I started. So I thought the pattern. Okay, so. Okay, so this is the part. Okay. No, this one is part 2. I don't know why I named this part 2. So you can see. I'm using what they call. So you can see this is still on. So it's always on 1080p. But if you reduce the data quality, it is going to look very bad. I don't know if you get so. For instance, so this is 720. This is what it looks like. It's not too clear, but then this is 1080p.
1080.
So you can see it's clear.
Oh, this is very nice. Yeah.
So do that. The video is set to 1080p. Like that is what I'm using to record. So
okay, all right. So I'll do that. I've literally been straining my eyes. I'll do just that.
So like I mentioned today, we're talking about these two. One of the reasons why I think it is important to do, and we'll add a formula that does, or a function that does literally the same thing. I'll just tell you why. I'll show you the advantages of one over the other. Let me see if I can generate some data. I use AI sometimes to generate data for the purpose of this. Hold on. I don't know if I have data I can use, but I'm curious now. Sorry, please. Actually don't work with anyways, it's fine. So sorry?
Yeah.
Duplicate. duplicate. So let me tell you something. I've not had to do any kind of um, reading for Excel in a very long time. I'll, I'll,
Oh,
I'll tell you that. Like I don't study for these things. Like it has become second nature.
okay.
So let's say I have a list of names here, and I actually want to remove, maybe we are oft repeating for some reason, and I want to remove the names that are repeated. I want to get like the unique names here. So what I can do is just copy this, Control C, maybe paste it somewhere. Um, I'll select the column in which my new list is. I'll click on remove duplicate, and it's telling me column I to delete duplicate value. Select one or more columns that contains duplicate, and I think this contains duplicate. I can click on my data as a header, so that the header is the first, your column name, or your field, which is the name. Yeah, that's the name field. I click on this, and you can see that's highlighted what I need to know, what I need to highlight. Then I'll just click on OK. And so what it does is it's saying 3 duplicate value found and removed, 5 unique values remain. So it's going to bring only unique names of the main table or main list, and that is one way to go about it. I can do the same thing by using a function called unique. So I'll just click on my function, I'll type unique, sorry, and what it says is that this is how it works, this is how the formula works. You select an array or a range of cells by calling exactly once. So what it does is it returns unique value for a range or an array. So basically, when I activate my unique function, I'll just refer to the range of values or list I want to make unique. So I can just select everything here, and I'll just click on OK. And you can see it has basically given me the same result as here. So notice something. If I highlight this, the whole of from Alice Jones to Emma Green, right? So if I say how many names are here, you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we don't necessarily need that. If you just highlight, look at this here. Can you see my cursor?
No.
My cursor is down here towards my right side.
Okay.
Can
Yes.
you see the cursor?
Yes, I can.
You can see the number there, right?
Yes.
What can you see there?
I'm trying to clear off this thing on my screen.
So what
Okay, 5. I can see 5.
so you can see it's telling me count 5. So it does
5, yes.
visually. Microsoft Excel does some aggregation. Do you understand? So it senses that this is not a number, and it will just do a count of it. So it's a count of 5. Now if I highlight everything here, you can see that the total names here are 8. So it removed 3 names that are duplicates. Now, if I want to know in a list visually if there are duplicates, what I can do is just to highlight my list, my column, go to home, go to conditional formatting, go to highlight cells and duplicate values. And you can see that it will then show me that I have some duplicate values. So Ali Jones is duplicate, Bob Smith is duplicate, Carol White is also duplicate. And you can see that Dave Brown is It's not formatted, it shows that it doesn't have duplicates, it's not duplicated, and evergreen is the same thing. Does that make sense?
No.
So what doesn't make sense?
Like how we got to the Alice Jones, Bob Smith, and them being colored, and Dave Brown and Emma Green not being colored.
So look at Alice Jones here, right?
Yes.
You can see here we have what? Alice Jones. Is that not? So it means that it has appeared twice. Bob Smith, we have Bob Smith here, Carol White, and we have Carol White here.
All right, yes.
So what I just did was to check if my name column has duplicate. So for me to highlight, go to conditional formatting, that's visually. Go to highlight cell rows and go to duplicate value.
Duplicate values.
I can change it to any color I so want, but red is usually is usually a color for danger, right? So
yes.
Maybe I'll change it to, I don't know, yellow. But red is usually a color for danger. I'll select OK, and I can then see that any name that is colored, it means that it's repeated at least 2 times.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this is how to visually tell if you have duplicate values in your column, and how to remove it is what we did here. We remove duplicate as well as use a formula this just gives us unique values. So something that values that appear at least once. No, at most. No, values that appear at least once is the English.
Okay. Understand, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's say we actually want to create a drop down of these names. Like we want all of these names to be we have our name column, but we just want a drop down of it, and we don't want a lengthy list. I can go to data validation, click on it. Under my setting, I'll see validation criteria. Under allow, I'll click on the drop down and go to list. My source is asking me where do I want to get the data that will populate this list from. I can either select here or so I can just select here and I'll just click on OK. Now what happens is there's a drop down icon now appears. I can then click on this drop down icon and I'll now see the list of names here. Does that make sense? And I can select one and I'm good. And I can select the other and I'm good. So one of the advantages of this is, let's say you created a table, and let's say name table. If maybe you are doing a salary payroll and you just want to check how many people have been paid or not. So what I can do is to I just want to so I can create I'll say payment status maybe, and I would go to my data validation because I want to either click on yes or no. I just want a yes or no, and I don't want at every point in time somebody should be typing for me.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So what I can then do is to use my data validation sorry please. I'll use my data validation, go to my validation criteria, allow, click on drop down, go to list. Now my source, I can actually type what I want as well and it still works. So I can say yes, then comma, then no, and I'm done. I don't need to put the inverted comma. I'm good. So I can just, so anything I separate with a comma will be like an addition to my list. So if I say maybe or ongoing, I can say ongoing. I can say not not confirmed yet or something. Maybe not confirmed, and you can then see that it's appearing as an item in this drop down, and that's because I've separated them with a comma. So if I separate it with a comma, it shows that it's another item in that particular list, and that goes as a drop down. So I can just say no.
No.
So I only applied it to the first one. In order for me to apply it to the second one, I can either drag. No, I don't think. Oh yeah, I can drag, and it is going to apply, or I don't know if I can use conditional formatting format painter for it, but I'm curious. Let me try format painter. Go to format painter and do this. Oh, so I can't use format painter. What I can just use just to drag, and I'm going to change. You can then see that I have different status where I can apply, and so just to take it further, if I want to visually see, maybe if I want to see red if somebody has not been paid, or if it is ongoing or yet to, I think there's ongoing. So if yes, it should give me a color. If no, red color, not confirmed, maybe some other color, and ongoing another color. What I can do is to click on again, I'm going to undo this. I'll go to conditional formatting and go to highlight cells. I'll say if cell, I can say if cell equal to, or if cell contains anyone text that contains. So again, if cell equal to yes, or let's start with no so that you can see the color. So you can see it's no, and that is why it is this way. I'll click on OK. I can come and add another one if cell equal to yes. Maybe do a green and click on OK. So it's not just number you can use it for, you can also use it for text as well. So if I say ongoing, maybe put yellow and click on OK, and then the last one, which is not confirmed, maybe I'll just put, I don't know, what color should I use? Maybe
Yellow or blue.
Oh, blue. I'll go to custom because I don't have it available. I'll go to field. Which one is blue, sir? This one, right? Then maybe I'll put, okay, no, let me use a dark blue font and a light blue field. Right, and I'll click on OK. Now all I just need to do is just to drag, and I can then say yes, and you can see green. I would say ongoing, and you can see red, and I can go to not confirmed, you can see. So
nice.
So based on what we did on conditional formatting, you can then use it, combine it with the data validation tool to do something creative. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if I want to, maybe I don't want to apply the conditional formatting to this column. I want this same format but on the name. So I can come clear cells. Then I'll just come here. In fact, maybe I'll highlight everything here. Go to conditional formatting. I'll say if, now the cell I'm going to refer to is this particular cell here. But because I'm using formula, right? Instead of me to say if this is equal to, I'll just because I'm referring to another cell, so I'm going to actually use formula. So I'll just go back to my conditional formatting, go to cell rules, and I'll just go to models, and I'll just click on formula. I'll say if, so it will just be equal to, this is P2, right? If P2 is equal to, I'll now say, okay, this time around, because I'm using a formula, I actually have to type below below in a text format, which is a double inverted comma, and I'm going to then set the format to be red, right? How is the other red? Let me see. Oh no, not this. Okay, maybe I'll do a, no, I'll go to color, I'll go to custom, I'll go to this red, click on OK for the fill, and go to the, oh, I think that is supposed to be for the font. I'll go to more colors, go to custom, go to this red, come here for the font. I think then for the fill, I'll just make it light red. Go to custom and just take it light. I'll click on OK, I'll click on OK, and I'll click on OK. So you can see that still it has shown for no, and I'll still do the same thing. I don't know if I okay, so I don't think I can duplicate rules. So I'll do the same thing. Go to highlight cell rules, go to more rules, go to formula, say if the same P2, and it's intuitive to apply it to the rest of the cells. So if this is yes, let's do green. So the font color will be thick green and dark green and maybe a light hue. And I'll just click on OK, and you can see it has highlighted it for me. Let me see. This is not too nice compared to the other color, but well,
Yeah.
I'm not so good with colors. So go to formula, say I'll say sorry. Sorry. I'll say equal to P2 equal to ongoing, right? So that's equal to ongoing. So ongoing. Then I'll go to format. For the field, I'll go to light yellow. For the font, I'll go to darkish yellow. I think this is yellow. I'm not so good with colors. So. I'm not so good with colors at all. So for the last one, I'll say it's not confirmed, right? Not confirmed.
Not confirmed. Yeah.
And I'll end it with a, what did I even use?
Blue. No.
Oh yeah, blue. Yeah, that's what we used. Then font, I'll just say it blue, and I'm done. So you can see. Now, if I see what happens, if I change this to yes, the color changes. If I change this to ongoing, this color changes. If I change this to no, oh, okay, ongoing. If I change this to no, it changes. If I change this to no, it changes. Right. So you can play with conditional formatting anyhow you actually want it. You understand? So it does work fine. Now, if I come here and come to manage rules and check my rules, I can see that it's still saying P2, but it's applying row by row, it's doing a row by row application. So regardless of which of the regardless of the rest of where the position of the cell is, which is we have this is P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, right? But I'm making a reference to O. O2, O3, O4, O5, O6. But you can then see that it looks like as if I said P6 here. And so usually you use the first cell to do your condition, and it will apply to the rest. Excel is intuitive um, enough to apply the formula to the rest. What? Yeah, so basically that is data validation and trying to combine it with you can do a lot with data validation as well. You can allow certain text people should not enter a certain text or a certain length of text. Say for instance, I can go to data validation. I'll say maybe text length minimum two maximum 5, and I would say maybe input message. I would say maybe error alert. I would say okay, let me just say error as the title. I can then say you entered values beyond what the cell can accommodate. Oh, this is a lot of text. Accommodate, I think it's 8. Yeah, I think accommodate is double M, I'm not sure. So what then? Yeah, so what then if I then say D, you can see it is showing me error because I said it should take between minimum of 2, maximum of 5 per 2.
Maximum of 5, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see then I'll say the. So 3 is within the range. 5. So this is 6, right? So you can then see it's going to give me an error, and you can use data validation for a whole lot of things. What else can you what else do but the most famous is drop down, right? You can see whole numbers, maybe between 1 and minimum 1, maximum 20. And so if I enter 30 here, you can see it's giving me error. Now this error, the value does not match the validation restriction, data validation restriction defined for the cell. I can actually come here and customize the error message. Does that make sense? And depending on the error message, you want it to stop, you want to warning, you want information. So let's start with information. I'll say error message. Values are between 1 to 20. So I'll just click on OK. Now if I enter 30, you can see it's telling me values are between 1 to 20. That's the error message, but it will still enter. And that's because I changed the style to information. If I change it to something like warning, I'll click on OK, and I just type 30. You can see values are the warning, the style has changed. Values are between 1 and 20. Continue. And the last one is I do not want the person to do any kind of entry if it is not between 1 to type 20. So if I do 21, for instance, you can see it will always tell me to retry every time, and that's because I don't want the person to enter rubbish. So if I enter 20, it works. If I enter 25, it keeps telling me retry until, even if every time it will keep telling me try. So depending on what you actually want to use your data validation for, you can actually come to the settings Let's see, for decimals as well. So if say I set data validation for decimals, let me come here and say decimals between, I'll say between 1 and 3, or I'll say between 1 and 3. Now if I enter 3.6 is not accepted, I forgot to enter the MS, but if I enter 2.99999, it works fine. Does that make sense? If I entered 3, oh, it does make sense. So again, you can enter a whole lot of, there's the time, there's text length, which I do not more than between 2 to 6. You can do custom, write a formula, and it's a very interesting tool. Although I've never had to try any of this except the use of list, and that's because I never find it, I don't know why I never really used it, frankly, so I don't think I have an excuse for that. Any questions? Are you there?
Yes, I am. Yeah, no question.
Is you understood? Do you understand?
Yes, I kind of.
If you don't understand, you should ask questions because
Yes, I understand because I understand you. Yeah.
express yourself.
I understand you.
Okay, so now I think we are done with the basics, at least for now. We're actually going to be moving to formulas. So we've tested some formulas like unique. We have sorry, please hold on. For some weird reason, I do not know why my keyboard is not working. It is really weird. Okay, fine. So we've done formulas like unique. We've done formulas like which one did we do yesterday? Forgotten. Yeah, so we've done TEXTJOIN. We've done concatenate.
Concatenate, text to column.
Yeah, text. No, those are not. Those are tools. The text to column are tools. These are functions, built-in functions.
Okay.
So let's say, for instance, you know when I highlighted here and I told you to look at this list down here, and you can see the number of items in this range of cells that I've selected is 8. I can actually use formulas, functions, built-in Excel functions to do that. So what I can do is I can say go to insert, or I'll go to formulas, I'll click on insert, or I'll go to anywhere, finance, and click on anywhere, logic, just insert function, or I can say equal to. So you notice that if I put insert function, you can see the equal to sign there, right? Already.
Yes.
So I'll just, there's a function called count, and so you can see count, it's telling you, giving you an idea of what the formula does, or the function, sorry, does. So count the number of cells in a ring that contains number. So unfortunately, this doesn't contain number. I want to count it. What do I do? You can use, so excuse me. Well, I'm going to use it anyways. What I'm then going to do is just to highlight this range of values here. And you can see it's telling me 0 already, it's returning 0. And that's because this is a name column. Is not expected to have a number. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
So, but what if I say 10 here, you can then see that I'm having 1. Why? Because it in this range of cells I selected, I'm saying count any cell that has number. So if I say 0, it will count 2 because 0 is a number. If I say a million, it will count 3, and so on and so forth. Now, how then do I count text? There is a function called count A, and let me use the insert to tell you what it does. Sorry. So count A, it says count the number of cells in a range that are not empty. So basically, it cannot count text. It can only count the it can count the cells that are not empty. So that's like a little trick we use, and highlight everything, click on OK. Now I'm going to get an error. The reason is because I made a mistake here. So I'll just remove this count plus. And you can then see I have 8. So it is counting all the cells that are not empty. So what happens is, even if I put 10 here, it's still going to count it because it is not empty, unless if I say delete and I then have 7. Does that make sense? So if I say equal to and I now put inverted comma space inverted comma, there's nothing there, but in reality there's something there. It doesn't, so visually it doesn't look like there's anything there on the cell. But if I go to, this is what they call the formula bar. This whole stuff you see here is what they call the formula bar. You can actually increase it and reduce it if you want. So in the formula bar, I can see that something exists there, but visually I'm not seeing anything. But it shows that something exists there. So so how then do I count unique values? How do I count unique values? What I can do then is to combine unique and count A. What I'll just do is, in my formula, inside my count, I'll just copy the range of values and I'll just type unique. So I can add multiple functions together to give me my desired result. Then I'll just add, inside the unique function, I'll just add my cell, the range of cells. I want to count only unique values, and you can then see that I am counting 5 unique values, which is what I have here in the first place. Oh no, sorry. This is my unique values here. So when we do remove this, so which is what I have here in the first place. So we can use formula to achieve the same results. Make sense?
Yes.
We're getting a headache right now, right? Good. So there is also a function I can use to count in a range of values blank cells. It's called count blank, and I'll just go to my insert function, go to just type, and just go to go. You just click on go and you see count blank, and you just count blank cells. And I'll just highlight this. So I don't have any blank cells, but when I start deleting, you can see it start counting. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So how then do I count? How then do I count only? So I have something like this. So I want to count only the cell. I want to count in this range of cell only text or things that are written in text, like HR, marketing, finance, and IT. So if we were to count it visually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we have numbers, about 3 numbers. Now we all know how to count numbers. So we just say equal to count, and we just highlight the range of cells, and this will only count numbers, which is 3. But I want to count the text. I'm not interested in the numbers, so I'll just say let's say count numbers. I'll say count text. I'm not interested in numbers. I want to actually count the text. How then do I do that? What I can then do is to I can use two methods. I can say count A, that will count non-empty cells, right? I'll say equal to count A. It will count non-empty cells, which is 8, and I know I have three cells that are numbered. I'll just say equal to 8 minus 3. It's going to give me 5, right? Now remember that this is count A and this is count. So what I'm saying is that count A minus count. That's basically what I'm doing. So the other method I can use is to join these two functions together. Since already I'm saying 8, which is count A, minus 5 minus 3, which is count. So I can then say equal to, and I'll say count A. I'm going to highlight this, end it. I'll now say minus count, and I'll highlight the same thing, and I'm done. So this is the number of text in this department column. Now what it means is, if I say marketing back, I have 6 texts, but if I say IT, I have 7. If I say here, let's say this IT is 0, is something. If I say 1, 2, 3, I now have 2 texts. Does that make sense? So so I can just use this to replace this, and I'm good. And it is just going to give me the total count of numbers as well as text in this range of values. Does that make sense? Now, will you consider this text or number? What does this look like?
These are numbers.
So it means if I say equal to count A, count, it would count, right?
Yes.
In reality, it will give me 0. Why do you think that is? Because of the hyphen. Once I put hyphen in the marker, it's saying that I'm only counting text.
This is this is tricky.
Yeah. Hyphen is not a number.
Yeah.
Hyphen is not a number, right? So I'm combining. Is a different thing if I say. So watch what happens. I want to remove the hyphen. I'll just highlight everything. I'll say Control H. I would say where hyphen. Just leave it empty. So you can see this is now a number, and you can see immediately when I remove the hyphen, you can see it's counting 8.
Yes, 8.
Yeah. So this tells you that this is not a number. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. What else? Okay. So I'm going to go to more arithmetic functions. So we've done remove. Anyways, I would say count A. We've done some other ones like remove the people, but those are not functions. Count blank. So I'll go to more arithmetic functions that does summation and so on. So say for instance, I have sorry please. No, let me just search for. I think I should have. Let me see if I have some data and I can use. So excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to copy this.
Okay.
The whole of this, Control C, and I'm going to paste it here, Control V, or paste as special. Remember, if I want to adjust all of these so that I can see them, I'll just click here, I'll double click, and that's just fine. Now, say I want to check the total number of units sold here. So I can highlight everything, and guess what? When I come back here, down towards the right hand side of the bottom part of Microsoft Excel, you can see that the count is 100. However, the sum of it is 17,108, while the average is 174.08, which is so the sum of these divided by the total number will just give you the average. So I don't know if you can see it down here. Can you see it?
No, I can't see it.
I'm talking about here.
Okay, yeah. That's 1,000.
So 17,408. Yeah. It's that is showing me the sum, but the count, so the total number of cells here is 100. So
100.
average will just be sum divided by count, which is basically this, right? Now, if I want to do this is just maybe for me to see. Let's say I'm doing a report for somebody and I want to see the total units sold. What I can do is to say, I can either go to insert functions again, or I can say equal to, and I'll look for a function called sum. When I'm done with the function, I'll just select. I'll just highlight the range of cells I want to sum, and I'll just click on the first one. I'll say Ctrl Shift up and click on the last one, and finish my formula with a bracket, and I'm going to close it. So you can then see that I have the same 17,408. Now remember that if I want to do a count, of it, so I'll say sum of units sold, right?
Yes.
Which is basically total units sold. You understand? So let's just say count of units sold. So since they are numbers, I'll just say equal to count. I don't need to use count A. Count A would work, but I'll just use count, since count will count just numbers. Now, what does that mean? If I want to get the average of the whole numbers in these 100 cells, I will just say average units sold is just equal to the total divided by the number of cells, which is 100, and I'm going to get this. Now I will do the average units sold using formula or using function. Let's say using function. I can use a function called average to do the average. I'll say equal to, I'll say average, and I'm just going to highlight the range of values I want to do average for, and you can see it's going to be the same thing. So this one is, after looking for the total sum and the count, the number of cells, I just do the division. That's like 3 methods. I just use one method to do the whole thing. Make sense?
Yes.
So I'm very sure you guys do a lot of budgeting and a lot of you have like an expenditure, like a book for your monthly expenditure. I'm assuming that.
Yes.
So do you know what you are going to do for me as your assignment? And I don't want to see that. Convert your expenditure book, use it in Excel. This is what you are going to do. I want you to do a practical scenario of your day-to-day activity. So for January, if you want to show me, it's fine. You say January, February. I'm very sure you have like monthly expenditure. I think it's one of the headaches staying abroad.
Yes.
Your finances, right? So you say maybe your serial number, you'll see your items, I don't know, description, I don't know, anyway, just whatever it is your book is, just convert it here. You can say unit price, maybe quantity of whatever it is. I don't know how.
It's
Sorry.
not like this.
Again, design it in the way you did your book. Then maybe total. Right. So
Okay.
you enter whatever item you are spending on. If you have a description, fine. If you have a unit price, fine. So what you can do for unit price is, if the begin is just one item, you just say, or if you've forgotten the number of items you bought, but you have the amount, you just say one, you enter 155, for instance, maybe £1.5, and you just say equal to quantity multiplied by unit price, and you are good. Then I don't need to do this again, I'll just click and drag. Then when I'm done, I can then see equal to sum, and I'm going to highlight my sum, and this just gives me an idea of the total amount of whatever it is I'm spending.
Whatever it is, yeah.
So the shortcut for sum is alt equal to. So alt equal to is a shortcut for the sum function. So that will be your assignment that you are just going to see how Microsoft Excel
Okay.
is used for. I have like I used to have like a monthly expenditure thing. I don't know, back then in
Okay.
20. Let me see. Oh, I have I don't know. I have something, a spreadsheet I did with yeah. I think this one was some kind of report I was doing. So something in this light, and
Something like this.
yeah,
Okay. I think I'm just going to send you what it looks like when
yeah.
I'm done with class. I'll send you what it looks like because it's not like this.
No problem. Whatever, however it looks like, just try and come up with
I'll
it
send
in
it
a
to you
spreadsheet.
first, then
Okay, no problem.
yeah.
It's not going to it will just be an assignment. We don't really need to visit it like correction. I can just help you out. So
Okay.
you just put all your stuff will now be in a spreadsheet. You don't necessarily have to start writing stuff down now. So you can see one of the reasons why I say data analytics makes me lazy. So
So all our expenditures are on book, not on system.
no, it's
So I have
supposed
to
to. Yeah, I can teach you a way to, but no, just do the hard way. I'll teach you the easy ways.
okay.
I'll teach you the easy way, just do the hard way.
All right.
If I
Okay.
teach you the easy way now, you will not want to know the hard way in future.
Okay, I'll do the hard way then. Maybe the easy way will come later.
Yeah. I think we should stop here.
Okay.
Um, just reminisce on what we've done yesterday today. I'll send the assignment. So this one I'm saying assignment is just for your own purpose. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm going to send you the one I'm going to do something with, and but so far so good. Any questions?
Yeah, so I've been meaning to ask, but I think you already explained to me. I don't know. Why are all these numbers always in the side? Can't it be in the middle?
Yes, you can. I remember your alignment. So I can just come here, highlight everything. Remember your alignment.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I hope you did not forget what the alignment does.
No, I did not. I can bring them to the center. I can bring it to
So
right.
you can see, yeah, you can be in center,
Yeah.
but numbers usually would stay towards the.
Always get because when I was watching the YouTube too, I saw numbers. I was like, why are the numbers always here? Why are they always here? Can't it be in the
It's
middle?
so. Let me show you something. It just shows that they are numbers. Let me type
Okay.
Dorcas. Dorcas will go towards the left.
Yes.
Oh, so the reason why is not because I already formatted this. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. So I already formatted. But let's say I write Dockers here. Oh, I think I already formatted everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll just do something new here. Something. Okay. Should I say Dockers? Sorry. Because this says to the left. Now if I type 120, it goes to the right. So it's just to show you that this is a number and this is a
Yeah, what
text.
is the number? This is a test. Oh,
So
okay.
let me show you something. Let me show you something. Equal to. Let me show you why. Are you seeing this?
Hmm.
So this looks like a number, but it is towards the left. It shows you that there is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you did not format it ordinarily, if you don't format the cell or you align it and you are seeing number towards the left, it automatically shows you that there's a problem. So you understand what I'm saying. So usually numbers automatically goes to the right, text goes to the left, usually, unless you format it. Now if I format it, you can see everything. It doesn't look like there's a problem, but in the reality there is. So
There is
makes sense.
numbers have to go to. Oh, okay. So I understand now.
By default,
Be
unless if you change the alignment by
you
default.
change the alignment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm giving, like, let's say I start working and I'm giving something and their numbers, it has to be the other side.
Unless if they format it, but by default.
By
Yeah.
default. Okay. Understood.
Yeah. Any other question?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. That will be it for today. I think I'm going to stop recording if so maybe we want to
Okay.
discuss something else. Yeah, I think we should
Okay.